Hey guys, what is up? Today I got a UU match. This one is against Luigi Fan 1234. And I see his team and I'm like, Melodic, okay, bulky water. He's got a Ludicolo, Swift Swim. He's got a Kingdra, Swift Swim. So I'm thinking Rain Dance. Melodic probably has Rain Dance with a Damp Rock or whatever. So I'm going to lead with my Crobat because it has Taunt and it's extremely fast. And I can just shut that down because if he can get the rain up for 8 turns especially, he can kind of threaten my team. Although I did bring Great Walls for this team in the form of Empoleon and Shaman. Because, Dragon, Water, Grass, and Ice for Shaman. But, not really going to hurt my walls too much. But he's going to lead with his Bisharp, and I'm like, alright, people use Scizor with Rain Dance, so I figure why not, right? So I go for the taunt, but he's going to hit me with an Iron Head. I'm like, okay, that's a crit, and it's not. And I'm like, okay, that's banded, because, he doesn't have an item. But I'm like, alright, I'm going to switch my Empoleon, because I'm like, he's locked in, and maybe he's scarfed, I don't know. Maybe it's, Crobat's not that defensive. I mean, I do have max HP, but it's not really big defensive wall kind of thing. So whatever, Empoleon comes in, and fortunately he's not even choiced. He's gonna hit me with a Brick Break, and that is gonna do a ton of damage. And I'm just gonna knock off, and it's a Focus Sash, and I'm like, fuck. Could have just hit him with a Scald. Maybe got the burn. Done a hell of a lot more damage than that, and it still would have broken his stash anyways, so I'm like, shit. So I'm going to switch back to my Crobat, and he's actually going to predict that and go for the Iron Head, which is actually really nice, but I'm going to live, and because I'm faster, and I do have the Roost, I'm going to go for that, and he's not doing quite half damage, so as long as he doesn't crit me, I can kind of Roost stall him here, and that's basically what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, this Bisharp has really given me some problems, as you can kind of tell. I kind of want something to die so that I can get a safe switch in to like a Heracross or whatever, but I kind of also don't really want anything to die. If anything, it'd be this Crobat, but I figured stall him out as long as possible. He does get the Stealth Rocks up here because he's not taunted anymore. I'm going to go for the Super Fang. That is going to do, super much damage. Sorry, I just had to. It's going to do half, of course, because it's Super Fang. And he's going to hit me with another Iron Head. I'm like, I don't know. I'll just stay in and go for the taunt again. I think I did. No, I went for the Roost again. And he's gonna go into his Kingdra, and I'm just like, okay, he didn't set up the rain, so I guess maybe he's gonna set up the rain. So let's go for a taunt, and if he doesn't Rain Dance, then he'll Dragon Dance or something like. But he's Choice Scarfed, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm beginning to think he doesn't even have Rain Dance on his team, as weird as it sounds, with 3 Pokemon that do fairly well in the rain. It's like, why do you have a Choice Scarfed Kingdra? Like, Specs would be alright, especially since, you like could have rain, but it's like, Scarf? I don't know. So I'm going to run Empoleon because I know he can take a -2 Draco Meter very easily, and that is going to do, like, lefties damage and maybe a second lefties damage. But yeah, so I'm gonna just sort of sit in here, and I'm gonna go for the, I believe, Stealth Rocks. Yes, I go for the Stealth Rocks at this point because I'm like, I need to get Stealth Rocks up because this is gonna kind of get annoying. Because if he does indeed still have Rain Dance, then I'm gonna have to deal with it. And Stealth Rocks will help me. So there's the Rain Dance, you see, which makes it even weirder. It's like, why does Kingdra have a Choice Scarf unless he's Sniper? But then it's like, I don't get that. But anyways, I knock off his Life Orb, which is great because that means he's not going to be doing anywhere close to as much damage, although it does mean I can't really stall him out as much. But he has Giga Drain, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But Giga Drain is going to do just a little bit of damage. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go for the Ice Beam because it's the strongest move I can hit with Scald's only like 45 base power, even in the rain. And Ice Beam is 95. I do get the freeze, and he is going to remain frozen until he dies, which I guess means he's still frozen because he never. But basically, what I was planning to do is just switch to my Shaman and take Giga Drain or the Surfer Scald, whatever one he has, and then I can protect on the Ice Beam and just basically stall out turns until he loses his Rain Dance, and then just go for the Seed Flare or something, or switch back to Empoleon and Ice Beam again. I don't know. But I got the freeze, and that's what happens when you use Ice Beams. I remember in Gen 4 I used to like run stall teams on well, this was back when Shoddy and Pokemon Lab, or Shoddy 2, as some people know it as, were around. I ran Stall a lot, and I get frozen. It was like so rage-inducing, but I'm like, if it would help if I actually use like Ice Beam or Ice Punch, like that would be the reason why I would get freezes, because like you have to actually use the move. So I used it and I got the freeze, and kind of sucks that he stayed frozen, but it's like he wasn't really doing all that much damage, to be completely honest. I mean, Giga Drain did what, like 50 damage to my Empoleon. Yes, he probably would have been able to kill it, but it's like, eh. So I'm gonna go my Heracross because I know he's gonna Brick Break. I figure I don't want to go into my Crobat because yes, he would be fodder, but I'm like, first of all, Heracross can take the hit, and second of all, Crobat is still really fast, so he can switch in on basically anything on his team except his Kingdra, on a safe switch, of course, and get a Roost up, and he'll be back in fighting business despite taking the quarter from the Stealth Rocks. But yeah, so Kingdra comes back, and I'm going to go back to my Empoleon because I do not want to take a, well, any move, basically, he has. I'm thinking he has Surf, Draco Meteor, Outrage, and Hidden Power or something? I don't know. But he has Dragon Pulse, actually, so I'm like, alright, maybe he's not even mixed. I don't know, that's kind of weird. But yeah, Dragon Pulse does like really nothing, so he's going to have to switch out. And I kind of knew that, but also I kind of wanted to just go for the Ice Beam just to do some damage, because I'm like, I could knock off his Choice Scarf, but I'm like, but then he'll be able to switch moves, and if he does have some sort of Hidden Power Electric or whatever, or something to hit Empoleon, that would be bad. I want him to be locked in, because if he does go for the water move, I can like it's more predictable, because obviously he's like locked in. And the speed is really not an issue when I have two walls that are not going to outspeed him anyways, and basically going to have to take him out with that. So Melodic comes in, I'm going to knock him off, and as I expected, he's going to be offensive, and Hydro Pump's really not going to do a whole lot, though. I'm going to go for the Skull just because I'm like, I want the burn in case he has Recover, because nothing on this team has Toxic. Well, actually, that's not true. Crobat has Toxic, but he's kind of dying, and I don't really think he'll be able to get it. Plus, I mean, it's still like 60 power, Ice Beam's 95, so it's relatively close. Plus the burn would just be super nice. Actually, no, wait, no, sorry, Scald is stronger. Yeah, 60 versus like 47.5, because he was just Ice Beam 2. Oh my gosh, my brain's not working properly. So I'm going to go to Shaman because Hydro Pump is fairly obvious, and I figure it can take it fairly well. 2, I'm thinking he's going to have the Ice Beam, but you know what, I can just go for the Leech Seed and then stall him out and gain back most of my HP. He does have the Ice Beam, but does do quite a bit of damage. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed. It is going to hit him and going to drain his health. So I figure at this point, just, protect, gain more lefties, and kill him with Leech Seed, right? But he's actually not going to have any of that, and he's going to switch out and save his Melodic, which is weird because I have Rocks up, so it's like it's saving it for fodder. But that's fine. Hypno comes in. I'm not expecting this to be able to touch me. I mean, most Hypno I've ever seen are always Seismic Toss, Toxic, Wish, Protect. Basically exactly like most Chansey or Clefable or whatever. Except it resists fighting as opposed to being weak to it, and is weak to ghosts instead of being immune to it. Anyways, so it's Hypno. He goes for the Seismic Toss. I do miss my Leech Seed, which really sucks, but I do have enough HP after leftovers, actually before leftovers, to be able to hit him with a Leech Seed and take another Seismic Toss. And that's exactly what happens. At this point, I'm thinking he might want to switch out again, because that's what he did last time, but like, because I'd really rather not overpredict. But he does switch out indeed. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm going to protect. It's failing because he switched out. But since it failed, that means I can go for it again and gain extra health recovery. And that is exactly what I do. Goes with Dragon Pulse, and obviously it's going to do nothing because I'm protected. At this point, I'm like, okay, I can live with Dragon Pulse. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I have no special defensive investment, but I'm max HP, and I'm still a Shaman, so I base 100. And I do live it. I do get up the Leech Seed. Now at this point, I'm thinking there is like 0% chance he's going to stay in because he switched out twice. But then again, he might stay in because he switched out last 2 times. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I really just want to start attacking stuff. And he actually switches out to his Melodic. And so it really wouldn't have mattered even if I protected. But yeah, so whatever. Now Shaman's sitting here with a little bit of health. Kingdra's gonna come back in, and I'm just gonna protect, gain more HP. Why not, right? Protect every other turn. That's sort of how not Subseed, Leech Seed protect spam works and stuff. But I'm gonna switch out because last Dragon Pulse did about 130-ish, so I'm like, I don't really want to risk staying in. You know, my Empoleon, even though it is really low on HP, I know it can take Dragon Pulses fairly well. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. It does under 50 damage, so I'm thinking, it's okay. But he's going to go for Dragon Pulse again, obviously, because it's Choice Scarf. He doesn't want to switch out. And once again, that does right around 50 damage. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. I should have went for the knockoff here. I was like, I can live another Dragon Pulse and 2-hit kill him with Ice Beam, but I should have knocked off because this Dragon Pulse is actually going to kill me. And I actually have nothing that's Scarfed on this team. Nothing to outspeed this Kingdra at all. And Shaman doesn't really want to take another hit because he'll take Stealth Rock's damage, and that'll be counterproductive. So the only thing I can really do is go into Miss Magus, who I know will take a Scarf Dragon Pulse because her base special defense is still 105, despite being completely offensive. And going to be able to KO with a Shadow Ball. But if I had a knocked off his Choice Scarf, I would have been come in, hit him with a Shadow Ball. He still would have most likely died from half health. I mean, it is a Life Orb, max special attack, Miss Magus, stab, Shadow Ball, so it's pretty powerful. I think it should have killed, but whatever. That's fine. If I had lived, then 2 Ice Beams would have been the better choice. Anyways, so whatever. I'm gonna go to Shadow Ball again. He's gonna Toxic me. Unfortunately, that Dragon Pulse actually did just enough damage to where I'm gonna die from 2 Toxic hits, and also Stealth Rocks if I plan to switch out, because second Toxic does 12.5, Stealth Rocks does 12.5, and that's exactly 32 HP. So I'm like, I really can't do anything. I'm going to Shadow Ball just in case he doesn't protect, but obviously he's going to protect. I kind of wanted to go for the nasty plot just to be like, aha, I predicted you because I knew you'd set up, but I'm still going to die from Toxic anyways. But it's like, there's no point. Just go for the Shadow Ball, whatever. But that gives me a safe switch into my Heracross, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. He's going to try and protect again just to get some more burn damage on, which is kind of like, that's kind of a dick move. Trying to stall out my own burn and maybe a miss. And so, lots of things could have happened, but I'm like, okay, he doesn't get it, and I do hit him with the Mega Horn. Not that it matters. I mean, I still have a Victini with V-Crate, Choice Banded, that will kill him easily. Then I can switch out and switch back in and kill this Marowak. Unfortunately, this close combat doesn't even kill, so I'm like, that is weird. I didn't think a Marowak would be able to take it. I mean, I know its defense is pretty good, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a guts boosted close combat there, max attack and all that stuff. But Victini comes in, and as I said, V-Create will take it out regardless of the close combat damage, I do believe. And he's just gonna die. So that's the end of the battle. Started out really bad for me, and then I got, you know, really great coverage against his offensive threats, and I just kind of beat him down, and he died. So that's the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow, of course.